All right, and hi, and welcome everyone. I'm Jennifer Britton, and I'm here today with Ivana Valle. Welcome back to our 18th anniversary celebrations. We've got a few of you already in the room, and looking forward to yet another week of our 18th anniversary adventures. So, if this is your first time with us, welcome. I know a few of you have been here many, many weeks. In fact, in this last week, we had our most entries for the contest. And so if you're new to our 18th anniversary celebrations, welcome. This is week 5 of 7. We'll be doing 2 more of these. Today, we're talking about building coaching muscles. And some of our favorite programs here at Potentials Realized are our practicums, our mentor coaching groups, and also a program called the Reconnecting Workspaces Certified Coach. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, which is like really building your coaching muscles. So as we bring people into the room, we're going to do something very similar to last week, which was using icons to get people grounded into the moment. If you are just meeting us for the first time here at Potentials Realized, we do a lot of coaching skills training. In fact, our coaching skills training has won several awards, including the Prism Award for Excellence in Coaching. That was a project back in 2015 with the Scarborough Hospital with Coaching Skills for Leaders. And more recently, last month, my own contribution was recognized by ICF Toronto as an outstanding contributor. So we'd love to hear from you, because today is all about you and building your coaching muscles. What does building your coaching skills mean for you? And I'd like to just invite you to grab your annotation, which you're going to find at the top of your screen, similar or beside, you're viewing Jennifer Britton's screen. And I'd like you to just stamp the icon that represents what developing your coaching skills means to you right now. What does it mean? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Or what does it sound like? You're going to notice as well a bit of duplication. Actually, there is a top set and a bottom set to this. So just need to scan across those rows. What does developing your coaching skills mean to you? Take a moment and let us know. You can pick the stamp with the heart. You can pick the stamp with the green check mark, whatever you like. So already, Stacy's going for the connection there. I don't know, Stacy, do you want to unmute and let us know what that represents for you? How are you doing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can also mention that I chose 2 because I can. So
absolutely.
For me, developing coaching skills. Is my audio okay?
Yep, I think the audio, we had a little bit of feedback, but I think I caught that. So
okay, thanks.
What does it represent then?
So for me, this represented like developing my coaching skills is I've done a bunch of the book learning recently, like did an 8-month program. So now it's about networking and connecting with other people who coach, but also just other clients. What do they want? What do they need? Like that's how I'm also developing my skills. And then I chose both the like hollow people, and the filled colored people, because we all come with knowledge and skills and abilities. So we're whole people, but we also, have this extra space in us where we can be curious and open, and there's more things to learn and know and feel. So that's why I chose what I chose.
I love that. And the fact, especially that last part in terms of, we're already whole, and that's such a principle for us as coaches, but how do we further add on? How do we further fill in and build what we need, which I think for coaches is such a critical piece, right? How do we continue to grow, evolve, and replenish? And that's something that we hope that you're getting out of these anniversary calls as well. It was sort of our way to give back, because I know so many of us are hungry to connect and to keep learning, even though we have ongoing continuous development as part of our professional mandate. It's not always, it's often like on demand. It's not live. So we hope that you're really enjoying these calls. Well, thank you, Stacy. And someone's hearted the puzzle pieces with the figures. Who chose that? Ivana, what does that represent for you?
Thank you. So for me, there's just so many layers to this. So one is, it makes me think of how CTI introduced relationships and how like we're both leaning in. So that's what I see. It's like it's a partnership for one thing. The pieces of the puzzle is we all fit together as partners in this process. And I just chose the ones up top just because it seemed lighter. So to keep the conversation light, because I have a tendency of maybe sometimes going really kind of thinking it has to go deep, but sometimes it is a light conversation. And I also see this to be in all areas, not only coaching, but in the muscles of coaching skills. And part of our coaching skills are as coaches, but as entrepreneurs and business leaders, as like in our coaching business. So I just see there to be so many layers to that. And that's what I chose that. My eye went right to it and I went, bingo.
Bingo, that's what it is. So regardless of what coaching means to you, this is our focus for the day. And we want to thank you for joining us live or on demand, because it really is something that's so important at all stages of our business, whether you've been in business for a few months, a decade, or more than a decade. This ongoing development is really a key part of the process. So I'm going to save that. I'm also going to clear our drawings and we're going to keep moving. And today, again, like our other calls, this is call 5 of 7 in the series. We're here to connect, celebrate, and provide you with a little bit of good content, a little bit of where we've been. Well, today we're actually going into the heart of the programming we offer that develops coaches' muscles, right? And I often say in my writing, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? Like coaching skills atrophy, and we need to be in dialogue all the time. So we actually are going to be building on to some of the things that we do in the mentor coaching group. If any of you have joined us for the mentor coaching group for ACC or PCC, you would know that a big part of the component is having a coach of the week. And those coaches of the week coach real time. People get feedback on the skills, on what we see as their strengths, what we appreciate, and also tips and suggestions on how to further build those skills. Now, you might have also been with us in the Advanced Group and Team Coaching Practicum, which is a 6-week program. And that program provides us with the opportunity to really get you behind the dashboard of coaching in that many contact, coaching of many. So again, coaches in the Advanced Group and Team Coaching Practicum lead a group or a team through a conversation. And in the last 13 years of running this program, so powerful. Again, it's very rare that we have these opportunities to really get that feedback. So we're going to give you a bit of a feedback opportunity today, or at least a breakout opportunity to meet with others, because we know how important it is. And today's spotlight couldn't be complete without a focus on our Reconnecting Workspaces Certified Coach Training Program. And this is a program that's now turning 1. I introduced it last May, June, and it is a 24-hour CCE program geared to helping coaches thrive in the hybrid space. So that is our focus today. Next week, we're actually going to be turning more to the hybrid work quiz. We hope that you'll be with us for that. And then our final call will be in International Coaching Week as a bit of a woohoo, like we did it. And so for those of you that have been here live or other, you will know that probably one of the highlights of these calls are the weekly winner. So last week we had a record-setting attendance, and we also had a record-setting 18 people share the word of the day, which is typically announced at the end of the call. And we are going to spin to win and see who is the winner of last week's word of the day. So with the word of the day, this week's winner for week 4 will get a digital copy of, drumroll please, Coaching Business. So there we go. Yeah, sadly, Zoom is like taking out some of that drum roll, but drum roll, if you want to keep doing it. I can stop because I am going to go over to the live wheel of names. I've got it set up here, and I will just make sure that I'm sharing it with all of us. So give us a sec. Here we go with the wheel of names. Is everyone ready? And some of you, I think most of you live on the call actually put your name in the hat. So here we go. Tap to spin. This week's winner Week 4 of a copy of the Coaching Business Builder is Lynette. All right, Lynette. And Lynette, you're on the line, or Lynette was on the line. Congratulations, Lynette. Woohoo!
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if you have a copy of Coaching Business Builder. Do you have one already? Because we can give you a
I think I do.
You think you do? So you could get PlanDoTrack, or you could also get a copy of the 90-day guide for success. So you let me know
Okay.
what you would like, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Very exciting. All right. So Lynette is a winner. I will get Ivana. Just give a smile, Lynette, because we'll get a picture of you with, with your name. And you get a copy of the Coaching Business Builder on top of it all. So there we go. Thank you very much. So again, we'll announce our word of the day towards the end of today's call. And let's dive in. So what we wanted to do today was do a bit of an experiential approach to this topic. I'm going to go back and share the screen again to take us into our slides, which have moved along, of course. And part of developing skills is we use the term amplify. What's going to really help you dial up your coaching skills. So the rest of our conversation today is going to be what's going to boost or amplify your coaching muscles. And what we'd love to do is invite you just for a few minutes to get into some breakout work. And we're going to ask you to have a fun conversation around one or more of these questions. So first question, what would you do if you won $50 million? What would you do if you won $50 million? Now, some of you might note that that is an amazing question that activates the part of our brain, the positive emotional attractor network. And so when we ask someone, what would you do if you won $50 million? It really steps people into that realm of possibility. So we'd love for you to share that with the people in your breakout room. And if you don't want to go that route of like, what if you won $50 million? We're also going to invite you to perhaps share the name of someone who inspires you and why. And if that question doesn't ring your bell, here's another one. What's one thing you'd like to try or do, especially if time or money wasn't an issue? So Ivana, I'm going to bring you in here. Anything you want to say around this exercise today?
Yeah, thanks. So really the invitation is to kind of allow yourselves, to kind of wear your coach's hat, but and bring all your skills and all your tools and all your inner resources to the conversation, and just allow this beautiful soul who's with you in this conversation just to kind of explore it for themselves, so you can kind of hear possible values. So we're not actually doing values drills. What we're actually trying to do is we're trying to actually allow you to have the practice, because first we're going to do the practice of the conversation, and then we're going to do the feedback, because that is the gift. That is the blessing. This is what I love about these 3 programs we're highlighting today, is that muscle strength in actually not only in coaching, but also in giving feedback, in receiving feedback. That is the genius in actually building that muscle strength as coaches, is that. So that's the invitation for you and your groups is pick one person to start. We're going to do this in circles, correct?
Yeah. Threes.
Correct.
We'll do 3s. Yep.
Perfect. We're going to do this. Okay. So we're going to do triads of 3. And so one person is actually just going to ask the question, and the other and the person who asks is going to kind of look for what they're hearing, what they're experiencing, look all levels of listening, the 3 levels of listening. What is the energy shifts, et cetera, et cetera. And then we're going to actually switch that and allow someone else, correct, Jen, to do this in the same breakout. So we're going to have 3 minutes. Each of you in groups of 3 are each going to ask a question and circulate the experience of one asks the question, one answers it, and the other one just listens to the experience. And you're going to do that 3 times. And it doesn't matter if you answer the same question 3 times. That's not the point. Just pick a question that lights you up and do that. And then we're going to bring you back for the next set of instructions.
So just to recap again, 3 minutes. You may choose to just do one of the 3 questions, but we're going to start with person A asking the question. Maybe this is a person whose birthday is the earliest in the year, just to make it really super easy, right? Because we'll have that, oh, who's going to go first? So
Yes.
earliest in the year gets to ask the question, pick the first question. They will ask the next person whose birthday is in the year. And then the third, the latest baby of the year, which would typically be me because I'm like end of November. I would be listening. And then you rotate. The second person doesn't have to ask the same question, but the second person will ask to the latest baby of the year, and the oldest in the year will listen. So we're just going to give it 3 crisp minutes, and then we will bring you back. But be listening and maybe get curious in that minute. We'll try. I think too, Ivana, we can probably do a broadcast at a minute
Yes.
to say switch. So keep
Yep.
an eye open into your broadcast box, and you'll see when we say switch. All right, so we've got a couple of breakout rooms. Anything else you want to mention before we go?
I was just going to say, we'll also put these 3 questions in the broadcast so you can see that to help you.
All right. Any questions
Okay.
before people go? Let's try this out. Every call is different here on the 18th anniversary, so enjoy your conversation. We'll see you back here in about 3.5 minutes. Please make sure you accept your room invite. Accept your room invite. All right. Enjoy. Okay. Very good. So we've got just 2. Yep. And then Ivana is going. Okay. And we've got everyone gone. Okay. So I'll look at my watch and do a minute. All right, we'll get people to switch to the second person now. All right, I'm going to close the rooms. Welcome back, Ivana. So I've just closed the rooms, as you know, 47 seconds. I think Kathy is back with us. Maybe Kathy dropped off. All right, welcome back. We've got some of you back in the room. What was that like? Did you have enough time? Yep. All right. So we've got Alicia and Lisa still to come back out. Ivana, do you want to give the next set of instructions in just a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
So
We'll just wait like 10 more seconds. Alicia and Lisa should be coming out in just a minute. All right, and I think we're all back now. So welcome back. We've got a part 2 of this exercise. And Ivana, over to you for part 2.
Sure. So we're going to go back into the same breakout rooms. And now, starting with the person who asked the question, okay, I want you to acknowledge and answer these 3 things. We're going to put them back in the chat, like something that you appreciated about the experience of doing this. What was one of the strengths that you recognize in yourself in having done the exercise that you did with these beautiful souls, and something that you recognize that you can maybe tweak, or a tip for your own muscle strength as a coach. And then you're going to go around, and then the person who answered the question is going to actually share their feedback, what you appreciated about the experience, something that you recognize in yourself as a strength, or even the person who asked the question. And then something that you recognize as a coach, you could also, tap into and develop some muscle strength. And then the third person doing the same. Those three
questions again, and we're going to give you 3 minutes. Now, if you've been with us in the practicum or the mentor coaching group, you would notice that normally we would give that feedback to others. But
yes,
you've only had 3 minutes with these people. We're really asking you to really talk to like the appreciation of the experience, that quick 3-minute experience, what you see as one of your strengths, and then an area for strengthening your own coaching muscle. So I just want to frame that because some of you are familiar with the practicum and the mentor coaching group. All right, so any questions before we go back? And we'll go back to those same groups again for a quick 3 minutes. I'm going to open all rooms and enjoy your conversation. I'll pop these in, right, Ivana? I'll pop the questions in.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy. We'll see you back here in 3 minutes.
So we'll give it a go. No one joined mine last time.
No, I didn't put anyone else in yours. So you know what? You want to stay here? Yeah, you can stay here. You can stay here with me. So we're recording this. So anything that you think, what would you like to say about these questions and what's important about this?
Well, I think what I recognize in leading the programs and even working with you in these programs is there is so much value in actually asking, like reflecting on these questions ourselves as coaches, as much as it is in giving the feedback. Like Jen, I notice that a lot of people are really uncomfortable giving feedback, good or bad. They love, it's kind of that spectrum, right? People either love it or they don't. And there's a leaning tendency. What do you notice about this?
Well, I think even our numbers say it, right? It's like growing as a coach. What is that, right? And so for some, I think they feel that they're always growing, but many people have continued to say with practicums, mentor coaching group, like I had to do this or I wanted to do this, but wow, the value was so immense because it's a stretch zone, right? And do we always step into something that's going to be hard or challenging or, ask us to really grow and stretch? No, but we hope that this gives just a little taster of some of the things that we do in all 3 of these programs. So.
Yeah, I really feel that this is the genius, and it's a very, it's in a very safe space to kind of experience and explore and try new things. You know, even like I've been a coach for 8 years, and I did the practicum last year, and yet at the same time, like the muscle strength, your level of growth is to the extent that you're willing to grow. And so
yes, that's such an important piece, right? Because if we're always doing the same thing, then we're not necessarily growing, right? And you always say this to me, I've never seen you do the same thing twice, Jennifer.
Yeah.
And it's very true, because
Yeah.
for me, ongoing learning is such a key requirement. It's one of my top 5 strengths, right? If I don't have ongoing learning and challenge, I will stagnate. And that's not what I want to do in my own business. So what is the stretch zone? And while you might not run to the stretch, it really is so critical in terms of being a great coach in an ever-changing environment, right? I think that is the business prerogative of why do we do this, right? How and I think the thing that hopefully many are aiming for is like, how do you remain top of your game? How do you continue to bring the best possible to the people you serve? And that's really why one of the very many reasons why we may want to keep learning. So
Absolutely.
we've got another minute, 1 more minute. I'll be interested to see, and I'll just say one more switch. And then that'll be it for this call. These move fast. So
Yeah.
next week, hybrid, back to the hybrid world. So
Wonderful.
it is.
Wonderful.
It is. And thank you for listening. I know so many people are listening to these, so we appreciate it. We'll give the word of the day in just a moment. So Ivana, think of a word of the day. I'm going to go to you again for like naming the word. And I know it's all rooms. So yeah, think of the word. I'm going to close the rooms. We'll have people back here in 60 seconds. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? I think that's pretty much where we want to go for today. So I do want to get people thinking about their trackers. Hi, Libby. Welcome back. Did you hit the button?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Excellent. There's Lynette. Hey, Lynette. And Stacy's not far behind you. So we've got the other group coming out in about 30 seconds, but we'd love to just hear from you. What was that experience like? What was it like in your room? You've never met each other, probably. So did it activate some learning for each one of you? I think that's my question. Did you get some learning out of this experience?
Sure, I'll share. I learned that in 3 minutes you can connect with a group and not want to leave.
That's cool.
When we were doing the feedback session and sharing and talking with each other, and then the pop-up came up that we had to leave out. I'm really enjoying this connection we have right now. I don't want to go. So it's amazing. You can build a connection in 3 minutes.
You can build a connection. I think, like speed networking rounds really became popular during the pandemic. We don't always have like these oodles of time. Lynette, if you don't mind, like I'll put you on the spot because you've been here for 30 seconds. What was your learning from this experience?
It was the same. We really connected, the 3 of us. And the other thing that I got was that we showed up authentically. There didn't seem to be any pretenses. It's just, here's who we are, and here we are.
Here we are. Awesome.
Here we are.
That's great. And again, as coaches, right, that presence, we almost took us down a different pathway. Ivana and I'll be transparent, because we almost took us down a different pathway where we were going to ask, like, what competency showed up for you as a coach, what competency showed up for you. And I think probably presence and maybe authenticity was something that all of you leaned into. So we heard a little bit from room 1 that came out a little bit earlier. How about the other group? Alicia, I guess that's Kathy and Lisa. Any comments from your room? Anyone wants to share? You don't have to.
Well, I think we were surprised about how quickly we get connected with each other, and we were so fast in sharing things about us and experience and thoughts, even if we didn't have had so much time to think about it. But go. Talk.
Yeah.
Be there. Yes, presence for sure, and active listening.
Yes.
Direct communication. We were very quick in everything. short time, big responses. Done.
Done. Well, thank you for coming and playing with us today. Again, a bit of a different rhythm for today's call. We are officially going to wrap up, but I want to remind you of some of the places we've been, just in case you didn't catch these calls last week. We did something on Coaching Business Builder where we did an exercise around putting the puzzle pieces together. So if you missed that call, you may want to go back, look at it, just to spark some of your ideas. If you were here with us live, how can you take what you learned today, some of those strengths, and layer it on top of what we did last week? So I just want to deepen that learning a little bit on your own hands. We're a week into or beyond, where we were, and last week shared this resource of the 31-day tracker. I'll send it out in the email listing again, but you can, or hopefully you're tracking the things that are important to you in your business. And this comes from Coaching Business Builder and PlanDoTrack. So next week, we're together to talk about the hybrid work styles. We're going to get into the depths of coaching the hybrid work styles. How do you coach different people with different needs? And if you like today, you may want to join us for these upcoming programs. We've got the Advanced Practicum, which you can now bundle with Team Coaching Essentials, which actually starts Monday, May 16th. So 2 weeks from now or 10 days from now. And that program is now, Team Coaching Essentials is now 14 CCEs if people are looking for CCE programs. And we also have a Group Coaching Essentials starting 8 days, from now, Friday, May 13th at 10:15 a.m. You can bundle the Advanced Practicum, which will give you another 10 CCEs. 18th anniversary specials are continuing. Save 18%, which is a lot. And we've got a firm start date now for the Reconnecting Workspaces Certified Coach Training Program, Tuesday evenings, 5 to 8:30 p.m., starting May 31st. So a little less than a month from now, running to the end of June. If you really want to upskill yourself in the hybrid space, that is the program. And we're going to be having a lot of fun. 5 weeks, 5 intensive dives. And there is a discounted rate, 18%, which really saves quite a bit. And that rate will be available till May 21st. So check them out, 18th anniversary special page over at groupcoachingessentials.ca. And Ivana, what is our word of the week? What is our word for the week?
Practice.
Practice. Da, da, da. So practice. We hope that you enjoyed the practice here today and that you will come back next week because we're going to dive into a little bit about the Reconnecting Workspaces program and that ecosystem. The book dives into 21 core areas needed in today's virtual, remote, and especially hybrid world, right? That is where most people are looking. And we're going to dive next week, not into that content, but into what are the different types of hybrid workers that exist. I know, but just before this call, I came off like my third call of the morning with organizations talking about how do we make hybrid work. So if you're really looking at how do I coach in this environment, how do I be of service, that will be next week's call. Again, back in the same Zoom room, always the same Zoom room, 12 noon for approximately 30 minutes. Ivana, I've loved co-hosting this with you. Next week, I get to co-host with Rita, who will be back. Anything else you want to mention as we go to wrap up today, Ivana?
No, actually, I think I'm complete. I think I just want to celebrate each and every one of you for coming out and actually participating in the breakouts with people that you likely don't know. You know, this is a muscle. Like, how do you respond in situations like this, whether you're a participant or a coach and you're bringing people together? So I celebrate you. And, you know, as I've been talking, the dates for upcoming programs are on the screen. And so reach out and let us know how we can support your potential to be realized.
Awesome. And of course, come back next week.
Yes,
On
of
6 or
course.
7, just a reminder, if you put your name in for each of the 7 calls, the 7 draws, if you get that in on time, you will be entered into the grand prize draw, which will be a spot at any one of our programs, our essentials programs. So with that, see you back here next week, Thursday, 12 noon. Thanks for joining us. Take care, everyone. Be well. Bye-bye. Bye.